Hi, welcome back to another video feature of the Immersive Worlds Handbook. I am walking here at Expo 2015 Milan, and just had a chance to go through the South Korea Pavilion. And I wanted to focus in this feature on the issue of introspection and the idea of responsibility, and to what extent, on an expo like this, those themes should be prominent in terms of the consideration of the guests. So let me take you inside the pavilion and show you a bit. And I'll give you just a brief overview of the South Korea Pavilion. I encourage you to certainly check out the other video I did that's much more extensive about it. But from the first entry into the pavilion, you're presented, the guest is, with the art there on the left of the cans. A lot of emphasis, I think, on thinking about one's own complicity in terms of some of the environmental issues that are at hand in the world today. And this continues inside the pavilion here with the classic evolutionary diagram, of hominids moving towards contemporary humans, Homo sapiens. And of course, the twist on it here in the pavilion suggests that, with this cartoon here, we become more sedentary, people are more overweight, and this is having a toll on our bodies, and certainly a toll on the environments around the world. You see another example here with multiple texts that focus on, what exactly should one be eating and how does one think about one's diet. So I think they were so effective here in saying we should think about ourselves and our personal diet, and then how should we feed the rest of the world. And fermentation jars and fermentation technology was part of this. And you can see here, the slogan about "you are what you eat" certainly is an important way to reflect on personal change, and then propelling personal change into the political and public realms in terms of dealing with issues like sustainability and other topics as well. And so overall, I would say the Pavilion of South Korea was one of the most important ones in terms of emphasizing this issue of introspection, forcing the guest perhaps to reflect on his or her own complicity in these issues. And right here I'm doing another voiceover outside of Slovakia, and you can see actually the image there, this face, I think is a nice symbolic focus as well on issues of reflexivity in the self. And that also is part of the Slovakia Pavilion, not certainly as prominent as it was in South Korea. And here we see the Vatican's entry at Expo 2015. And I think the Pope's message combined with this very small pavilion space suggests to us we need to have a focus on helping others, on dealing with poverty, on these missions that certainly religions talk about, as well as other important social organizations that were present at the Expo. And we see examples here of the participation of the UN in some of the more politically focused or social issues focused displays. In my opinion, it perhaps wasn't enough of an emphasis at the Expo. Pavilion Zero, I believe, was maybe a highlight in terms of getting the guest to think about his or her own complicity in world issues, and you should certainly check out that video that I did, 2 videos on Pavilion Zero. Now, throughout the Expo, there were also constant reminders of recycling and the important role that the guest plays in creating a difference, making a difference in terms of the future. So I think overall there were significant messages throughout the Expo that focused on the difference that a guest could make in his or her own practices in terms of environmentalism and related issues. And also, if you had a chance to listen to my video on the Pavilion of Brazil, I felt that as a conceptual pavilion, a conceptual space, this was certainly a highlight of the Expo 2015. And again, take a look at that video because I talk about all the different conceptual ways in which the designers of the pavilion made an effort to get the guest to think about his relationship to other guests in terms of the space itself. I hope you enjoyed this video feature today here at World Expo 2015 in Milan, and please come back for additional video features of the Immersive Worlds Handbook.